Good morning, Mid-Michigan, Western Michigan. Welcome to another episode of Continuous Miracle right here on WGLM 106.3. We are glad you're here. Looking forward to a fun show this morning. We've got some folks in early recovery in here with us. And got the usual suspects as well. Co-host Mike.
Hey, good morning, folks.
He's up and at 'em again this morning. No deer strikes to report.
I missed them all.
Clean sailing. Miracles.
Continuous.
Yeah, we see it. We recognize them when we see them today. We've got Dangerous Darren here on the board for us.
Good morning.
Doing his magic, which he does pretty regularly. Thank you for your service, sir. And coming and doing the show with us on Sundays. Got a couple of guests on the show with us today in early recovery. Nikki.
Good morning.
And Jeremy.
How you doing today?
So they're going to hear this morning, going to share a little bit about early recovery because, well, we've been at this thing a while. We've got also with us young Jared in here.
Morning, folks.
And Jared was on the show previously earlier in the year. And it's always fun to have him here and hear some of his foibles as he goes along in this thing we call recovery, living life a day at a time and out there experiencing things. So it's kind of where we're at here this morning, and we're glad you're here. Mike, let us know, any suspect activities this week, or you were okay?
I've been okay. I've been doing some of the usual stuff. What I really wanted to do was introduce my friend Jeremy and his wife Nikki to the folks.
Well, your physical well-being, though, first. You're healed up from this car.
I'm healed up from the car accident.
The last car strike. That's what I'm concerned with, because I don't see as regular as I should. So
I'm pretty well healed up from that, but
right.
I'm still a little bit rattled. Some people call it addled, but I'm a little bit rattled still, but I'm not.
Addled?
What?
Addled, yeah.
Yeah.
There's one for the Google machine.
Yeah, look it up.
So good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you're being as well. So go ahead with what you wanted to talk to Jeremy about here.
No, but I really wanted the folks to meet my friend Jeremy and his wife Nikki. He's been with us for a little while, but young man caught fire in recent months, and that's what we wanted to tell you about. And I'm not going to jump into that just yet. I'm going to let Scott finish before I come back and tell you something about Saturday Night Live with Jeremy.
Saturday Night Live. Oh my goodness.
Well, let me interrupt and tell you that. Well, this is
Mike, interrupt. Why would he do that?
No, I mean, Jeremy stepped up at the MAC to host a Saturday night, or to be the chair for the Saturday night meetings, and maybe lend a spark to some folks.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Thank you for your service.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
there was a bit to get him there, though, but
Oh,
just like the rest of us.
yeah. Well, sometimes we need some encouragement.
Yep.
Yeah, and that comes in all different forms.
Yeah. Sort of what we was going to talk about today, the different folks that encouraged Jeremy, and then when he had one of his spiritual awakenings, he kind of lit fire right there.
Yeah. Well, that's not peculiar. We see that pretty regular sometimes, don't we?
We do, but
Yeah.
when there's one that's radiant like this, we got to share it with folks.
Oh, yeah, it's true. That's why we're on the show.
There you go. I'm not radiant. The other stuff is.
Right. No, you're not radiant. Generally, there's some flames involved when it comes to you.
There's addled radiancy. Maybe that's what it is. The big word again.
Seems to be working.
Okay.
But yeah, we're looking to have a little fun here with you folks on the show today. Before we do that, though, I want to make mention. Feel free to reach out to us at continuousmiracle.net. All the shows, pre-record, or the shows that we've done previously are available to you up there. Also, today we are live on Facebook, and it will be available on YouTube.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, we will be up on YouTube as well. If you'd like to watch the show and catch it there, feel free. And we encourage you, actually. And this August 31st is, and I wasn't aware of this, so that's what I'm going to make you aware of it, is International Overdose Awareness Day. And that's just something to try and raise the awareness of what to do, what can be done, and I think we'll talk a little bit about that on next week's show, if I'm not mistaken.
They coincide.
Yes. So, just want to make folks out there, general listening audience, aware of that. International Overdose Addiction Day. Wow. So we're getting out there trying to inform folks. Also on the 20th of September, I wanted to make mention, there's going to be an event called A Day to Accept, and that's going to be right over here in Greenville at the MCC Greenville campus from 9 to noon, and all sorts of educational speakers and information. Also says free lunch will be provided, and come out and join us on A Day to Accept, September 20th, over at the MCC Greenville campus. Also want to say thank you to our sponsors, Semron,
Yes, sir.
Central Michigan,
Oh, Central Michigan Recovery and Education Network.
thank you, and the MAC. The MAC has become a sponsor of the show too, so I want to say a big thank you to everybody becoming involved with the continuous miracle. We can't do it alone, but we sure can share it. So Jeremy, to you, young man.
Yes, sir.
I got my business attended to here. A little bit. What brought you to, the recovery community?
Well, I'd been dealing with alcoholism for a long time. And like most of us, we thought we could take care of it ourselves. And I would quit for a long time, and then I'd relapse and quit and start again and quit and start again. And even if I had any substantial time under my belt with no drink, I just became an ornery person. I wasn't happy ever. And this last go around, I got 2 days in of sobriety, and I pretty much just threw my hands down and said I needed some help. And then that's when I sought out a place where I could attend a meeting at, and it brought me to the Alano Club there in Greenville, where I first met Mike here. And then from there, that's pretty much spiraled into probably one of the best things that's ever happened to me in my life. So,
Wow.
Well, folks,
That
it
guy?
wasn't me. It had a lot to do with the folks I introduced Jeremy to. Other people in the community that were willing to help answer some questions. I had a couple answers, but I didn't have all the answers. And I knew he needed a little bit more of that.
Well, I like the way he described his condition when he arrived there. Cantankerous. Did you say threw your hands down or up? I don't know. I get a little confused about it.
I don't know. They got thrown out. It was fed up, essentially. So,
Didn't know what to do.
exactly.
Yes.
And I knew I couldn't do it by myself, as I have proven to myself many times, because I went back to the drink every time. So, yeah, I definitely needed some help, and I found the Alano Club, and that's where it started out at.
You encountered a whole group of people there, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Mike being one of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope. He was the first face that I saw, though, and was quite warm and welcoming.
Oh,
But
wait a minute, that face? You talking about that face? Right there?
Yeah, and I said, there's
Wow,
help,
you
but
know, they talk about being honest. I get questions.
I told him there was help, but the problem was where to help.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it was all questionable all the way along. But that was something like a year and a half ago almost.
no, I don't even think it's been that long. I am now 9 months into sobriety right now.
9 months clean and sober?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow,
Well, I thought there was a brief period of not fully accepting it, is what I would say. It was a little bit longer. But I'm grateful that it was. Okay, in that 9 months' time, I've seen some terrific progress.
Yes, sir. Yep. I don't know. It mainly started, I needed to find myself a higher power in which that I could receive some help from, because I couldn't do it by myself, and accepting help from others is the route that I needed to do. So I kept on pushing on that, and finally woken myself up, with help of others, of course, to this concept of what a higher power was to me.
So you come in cantankerous,
Yes, sir.
curious, not curious, just angry.
Yes, sir.
No wonder you ran into Mike. that's a perfect design, not our own.
I came in cantankerous,
Oh, yeah.
and they used that word on me.
did.
I understand it, and I recognize that in you. But I knew what the difference for a guy like me was I had to do something about it, and it went through a higher power. That's what it did. It wasn't that I just get one. I had to do something then. But anyway, when I first crossed paths with Jeremy, he wanted help, but he didn't understand quite what we were willing to offer as far as help. That God thing. It was at first we was telling him it was about stopping drinking, and but we had to have a God to do that with. But he wasn't really quite up to accepting that right off the bat.
No, most folks aren't. And that's where the easy part is. Well, it doesn't have to be anybody else's higher power. It's whatever you can understand, and something personal to you. And I think that seems to help a lot of folks along the way.
Yep.
That open door policy. Come on in, sit down, and have a cup of coffee. You believe in what? Okay, that's cool.
It certainly became clear to me that I wasn't able to do it by myself. And then again, having a place where these meetings took place and having what I call the pillars of the community of people who have been sober for many years, having a shoulder to lean on and an ear that would listen to me, and also what they often say is incite thought-provoking questions. They make you, they set up the environment to pull you out of your original thought processes, because it's our original thought processes that brought us into the bad situation we were in to begin with alcoholism. So just having that environment around was a huge deal to me, and allowed me to ask them questions that made me listen to even what I was saying. Sometimes you don't know what you're thinking and feeling until you vocalize it. If you're just quiet and in your own mind all the time, you don't even know what you're doing. But sometimes just throwing it out there makes you think to yourself, like, hold on, maybe this is what I needed to do, or this is what I needed to hear. And again,
whoa, hold on a minute.
So
that's not the best idea I heard today.
So your best thinking got you to AA, and they said that you needed to do a little bit of different kind of thinking, huh?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Could your thinking have been closed-minded about concepts?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. No, I was very inward in my thoughts, and thinking that it would be I and myself that takes care of things, and that was the wrong thought, to say the least. So.
Wait a minute, self-sufficiency?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Jared's familiar with that.
Yes, self-sufficiency.
We can do it on our own.
That's right. I'm pretty fortunate to have some days knowing Mike and Scott here and Jeremy as well, and watch men become boys. Our boys become men.
Wait a minute.
He was watching me.
I like
He
it.
was
Yeah.
watching me.
I was gonna say, you got it right for a change.
But it's just seeing myself a lot in early recovery with Jeremy, and no concept of direction and higher power, and to see that start working in his life, and see the light of the Spirit come into his life and with his wife, and see them happy, joyous, and free, walking together in love. And that's what this program does. And
in a short period of time.
Very short period of time.
Well, I understand it.
Something that happened in your life, too?
Something that's happened repeatedly in my life.
Oh.
So, if I'm paying attention and doing some work, we heard this morning that God's willing to help us walk and move the mountain, but we got to pick up the shovel.
First, bring it.
Then we'll bring one first.
We'll show you what to do.
Probably break a couple.
Yeah.
So bring a couple.
Speaking of taking a break,
Oh.
Darren's letting me know here we probably ought to do that. So we're going to do that real quick here and let you hear from our sponsors and come on back and join us after the break. So glad you're here. You ready
You
to
okay?
talk a little bit, Nikki? You ready to talk a little bit?
Yeah, you're on the spot, Nick.
I don't have issues talking. My kindergarten teacher duct taped my mouth shut.
The reason I'm here is because I won't stop talking.
I feel you.
Okay, you're gonna get it.
My boss at work even said that you
Whenever
like
he's
to
talking,
talk.
hear me say, hey, wait a minute. That means that's his cue to be quiet. I'm about ready to drill.
Sundays, clothes, shoes, and hats
Take some of the heat
available
for
all
me when you
ages.
start talking.
I won't drill her. I'll drill you all day.
Absolutely free at the Hillcrest Community Church.
I just want to
in
make sure I'm
Cedar
conveying
Springs.
the right thing.
Local information
If it's from here,
Right to me.
it's perfect.
Perfect.
That's what.
Like Scott says, there's no wrong way to do things.
No. There's
It
better
might be
ways.
wrong answer.
There's better ways, but
It might be on the radio.
Well, no, if you say that wrong thing, he's got that yellow button to get rid of whatever you just
I
said.
did that last time I was here. He's like, no, you're good. I got you.
pull the trigger.
It's Mike we have to worry about.
Yeah, he gets loose.
Just because I can talk doesn't mean it's going to be clean.
Right.
Well, you know.
Filter's still not all the way
Like
on.
short.
Yeah. That's why I didn't touch that reading
I
this
think
morning.
all the shows I've
Sex.
only slipped one time.
Only once?
Thanks.
I'm not even sure if you've slipped once.
I think I did because you jumped. It was fun to watch it.
It had to have been a long time
It
ago.
was. I don't know. I was tired that day or something. I got loose.
Sox down the Twins. Lions came back to beat the Brewers, and it's the Mets winners over the Braves. This is SRN Sports.
It's a WGLM
At some
Weather Center
point,
update.
I'd like to
Crazy
hear
for your Sunday,
the
some late afternoon
impact
showers are possible.
of
High
his
today of 71.
trying to do
Cloudy
the
skies
stuff.
continued breezy and more
Once
showers
upon a
possible
time,
overnight
I heard
tonight.
him say
Low down to
something
50.
about
Partly sunny
wanting
skies
to
for today on
treat
Monday.
better.
Continued breezy, a high of
However, that
61.
kind of
Partly
somewhere
cloudy
I'd like
overnight
to
Monday
touch on
night,
what
a
that
low
looked like.
46.
I don't know
Mostly
exactly
sunny
how to
on
say it, but
Tuesday,
I'm
a high
looking for
of
that.
68.
How long you guys been together?
Now, more of the music you love.
How long you guys been together?
WGLM.
A recovery ecosystem is an
So you've seen all
evidence-based
of that.
approach.
That's a record for me.
45
The
seconds.
environment
That's a regular-
That's a record for me.
by providing
Hey, you're
all the
doing great.
necessary tools, services,
Doing
and
just
supports
right.
for recovery to occur. Cameron FSU aims to build a sustainable regional recovery ecosystem.
I didn't tell him that much
through
about
collaborative
Saturday Night
efforts
Live, did I?
With a focus
Not
on
much.
four
Okay.
populations:
Okay.
veterans, homeless, unhoused, pregnant, and recently incarcerated.
He didn't particularly
Visit
say it, but
Cameron.org
gratitude is
for
an
more
action.
information.
If I'm grateful for my sobriety, I need to carry that
15
forward and
seconds.
show it. That's what paying it forward looks like, is helping with sobriety, not buying somebody a meal at McDonald's.
represent the official views of nor an endorsement by HRSA, HHS, or the U.S. government. For more information,
Some people
please
don't
visit
know any more than that.
HRSA.gov.
Hey, Scott here back with you on Continuous Miracle. WGLM 106.3, grateful you're here as well. We had a pretty interesting conversation with Jeremy here prior to the break and become enlightened about some of the things that brought him to the recovery community. And he's got his lovely bride, Nikki, here with us, who does not have an addiction problem. She's got a Jeremy problem.
Whoa.
Which is fine. These things happen to the best of us.
Yeah.
And they've been married 6 years, I guess. So she saw Jeremy go through his some of his more difficult periods, and they're still together. And she's going to be here for a minute, share with us here a minute what it was like from her seat as a married couple. And she's got some interesting tidbits for some folks out there who might need to hear them. So, welcome, Nikki, and a little bit about what you noticed in your relationship with your husband that thought maybe he might want to do something different.
I would say probably biggest thing would be patience, short fuse and stuff. There was never any like violence or anything in our relationship, but just like all the way across to work and life, everything is short. You try and do something, and we homestead, so trying to work together and do projects even on the homestead, it didn't always work out. He'd have to go his way and do his thing because he's going to lose patience doing what he had to do, and I just go do my own thing. And that's a teamwork effort. Being a homesteader, it's a lot of hard work. So
Well, what's that entail? I'm not a homesteader.
Okay,
so I don't know.
okay. We only have a few animals, but we do a lot of gardening. We've got a lot of wooded property, try and clear things out, and then build structures and stuff. And we try and be self-sufficient and do a lot of that on our own. So it's not usually a one-man job.
Right.
So
Wait a minute.
we have to work together.
Self-sufficiency takes help?
It does.
Oh,
It does.
okay, just checking. Sort of like AA.
A little bit, yes, yes, absolutely. So
Takes a village.
yep. In a sober life, I feel like I've gained my husband back. We can work together, get through our projects and things. He's gained a lot more patience all the way around, and it's been good. He's a better man. He's able to do better at work and do his things and help his team at work, but even at home, for me, for our property, for our just entire beings.
Right.
It's good.
So how is that? You come home from work and you're being kind of cantankerous. And what, does she just point to the woods and say, go get busy?
Like now or prior?
You make it sound like she couldn't point at anything prior.
No.
I'm just saying in general because that's what it sounded like.
No, just short fuse. Essentially, prior to working on sobriety, it wouldn't take much to set me off, and it would be just the most foolish thing. And again, never outburst directed towards her just because I won't do that. But the outbursts, whether they're towards her or anybody else, are unnecessary. You know what I mean? And it makes for not getting any work done.
No,
So.
they're not. In early recovery, they're quite common. What I learned to do was take walks.
Right.
And then I found myself talking to myself on these walks, and I found that rather humorous, like I'm going to solve a problem. But I understand what you're saying, and sometimes you just need to take a minute, especially early recovery, because everything is everywhere. We're getting new alignments, we're making new adjustments. Of course, we're going to become frustrated. That's built in.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But learning to work through that and garner some patience is a process, I'd say. You should have seen this clown. I mean, he's a pretty impatient person. And,
There's more.
I'm a very patient person, and
well, some people are, but
but it helps with him going through sobriety because he still has ups and down days. Like that's going to happen, and I feel fortunate that I do have those patients. That way, I can be the best support for him, and we can still get through our days and stuff. And I think that's important, to have someone in your life that's there side by side, no matter what the ups or downs are.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. I just want to throw this into your. I too have been divorced 3 times before when I was drinking, and when I get in sobriety, I met someone, and to have a healthy relationship where you're going to have the open communication, the honesty, the teamwork, the patience, all the things that the program teaches us to instill and live in our lives. I today, I'm very blessed to be a privilege with her time and space that she has that patience for me and continuously teaches me how to be better, how I can be a better human being. That was really important. Something I really wanted before I came in sobriety was just someone in my life to be a teammate. And I had to do some work to fix Jared to have that instilled, to God put that, place that in my life. And,
what were you bringing to the table?
Right, exactly.
That's what the folks in AA told me. What are you bringing to the table? It ain't much right now, Mike.
Right, and it's just beautiful to hear their story and to actually be, we went kayaking on a trip together and sober with a bunch of people, and it's just those experiences in sobriety that we get to learn that we can still get healthy as a team and enjoy the solution and instill it in our life and our relationships, especially with the people that we love, that we live with at home, because that's where I think the most work comes. At home.
Oh, yeah.
At
Absolutely.
home. Yeah. Kids, wife, whatever.
Yeah. There's a lot of lives that are impacted when a person comes into the recovery community and takes what they learn home and try and put it into practice. And there's a lot of learning experiences. Let's put it that way. And they're not all pleasant. Majority of them are, though. I mean, 90-10,
Yes.
you know.
90-10
But we're going to have those hiccups along the way. They're built in.
The 90-10 rule, if you don't know, is 90% gratitude and 10% what needs to be fixed.
Yeah, 90-10's a pretty good score. I went to school once.
I'm still in school.
Yeah.
I'm still in school.
And I'd like to share something
I
about
went
that
once.
being in school. I was one of the first people that Jeremy interacted with in AA, and I'm his sponsor. But I didn't do it alone. I couldn't get through that thick skull on my own. He needed help. Guys like Jeremy, or like Jared, and some others, John, Roger, people he talked to after the meetings, before the meetings about this God stuff and the program and things like that.
Sure.
That's part of why Jared's here. He's one of those earlier influences.
Yes, it's been a beautiful to come into meetings and meet people like Jeremy very early on in sobriety and just see myself and where can I be helpful and useful to him and have beautiful conversations like we've had. To be able to be open to what he's thinking and how he's feeling and to be able to relate with those emotions because I've been through them myself.
Right.
And not be narrow-minded myself and tell him how he should feel and how he should handle things. It's just sharing my experience, strength, and hope to hopefully he can take some of that spirit of the light of the spirit and put it in his own life. So
Takes a village.
yes,
Takes a village.
Takes a
I
village.
Like that. Yeah, so true. We discover that when we discover it. Oh, maybe I don't know everything.
Yeah, sometimes in AA we talk about at the people in a meeting, it's a group of drunks. Think about the acronym for a minute. And that's where the advice for a guy like me came from early on, was that group of drunks that had something better than what I did.
The acronym Mike's trying to slip by you is
God.
Oh, you caught on.
Group of Drunks, G-O-D.
Good orderly direction from a group of drunks.
Good order.
That's what I needed. And it took all of them at different times. I got stories about all the people in my past that did something about changing my perspective on that. But I saw that in real time with Jeremy also.
But just like Jeremy mentioned, you can't tell anybody how to think or what to think. Or all your value is that, you know, what you experienced. So try that maybe. Or not.
I remember
Report back.
suggesting the God thing. He could try the God thing.
Or not.
Well, his first answer was, I'm going to have to think on that a while.
You do that then. Yeah. So Nikki, you mentioned earlier you got a couple of children too.
Yep.
And yeah, so how's the relationship now that Jeremy's in recovery? Have those been a little less cantankerous?
Yep, things are good, and ironically, timing is everything in life.
Whoa.
Like,
Oh,
it's
that
not
is
our
surprising.
plan. Things are not always our plan. I actually worked the same place Jeremy did at a landscaping company, and I stopped working there last fall and took a different position locally, so I didn't have to do as much drive, be home at our homestead a little more. And my daughter now fills that position with him, and so a year ago, when he would not have been sober, that would have been a rough relationship with him having to be her superior in the job position as far as communication and I think even dealing with each other. I think they would have butt heads a little bit more, but in a sober state, it's been really good. They've built a phenomenal relationship, and he actually gets to see and visit with her more than I do these days because he sees her every day and stuff.
Lucky
and
dog.
I feel very grateful for the entire situation because if he'd not be in a sober state, that would have never happened, and they may never have had the beautiful relationship that they have now. So I think that's pretty awesome.
I read something this morning that said all God's miracles are in the realm of human relationships. You tell me about another one, huh?
Yeah.
All righty.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Well, you talked about timing too, and a lot of times you'll discover in recovery, I certainly have. And it's not always on my timeline.
God's time.
Yeah.
God's time, right? And then when you see it though, because you're sober, you can recognize it as such. You know, oh my goodness, look what's going on here.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a lifting of the eyes, or a parting of the veil. Oh my goodness, there's another one. You know, and that's all what they recommend is some sort of spiritual progress. Just being able to be aware and recognize such things is progress.
So,
Considering the original state.
Right. No, it's been great having the kid come up there and work with me, and the whole team is just phenomenal. And again, I'm not sure if I wasn't sober that I would have the eyes and the awareness to appreciate all the new great help that I have at work. And it's just a phenomenal team, and it really is a blessing. There seems to be blessings one after the next happening to me, and I'm just beyond grateful. I'm grateful that I can see them, because I think in an unsober state, I wouldn't have even recognized that they were there. So
you demand it.
So it's no, it's been great. It's been great, and at this point, it's just it's trying to have impact on everyone around me in the most positive light that I can. So, which has been again another blessing in disguise to be able to have an impact, a positive impact on people around me. So that's been a journey in its own right, but enjoyable one. So,
did you have to try something new to get to that? Try doing things a little differently?
So what I was doing is, at this point, is stop thinking about I and myself.
That's a task.
It is.
Was for me.
Yeah.
It is. Because I was old me was very self-absorbed in a way that I don't need help. I can do it by myself. And not really concerned about others, But now, as I think about others and what kind of positive impact I can have on them, it's completely changed the whole role. So, and in the most positive impact for myself as well. Doing good and helping others is in turn helping me. So, it's been awesome for sure.
That was a revelation, right?
What's my motto? Be good, do good.
Something
Get that
like
result.
Yeah, something like that.
It's beautiful to hear Jeremy talk like that. I do the same thing. I start my day with some prayer and directing my thinking and where I can be a better person today and where I can be a better ripple on the people I interact with every day. Practicing the 4 absolutes every day as much as I can, and recognizing where I'm defective, where I could do better next time.
4 absolutes.
Yes.
What do you speak of?
Honesty, pureness, unselfishness, and kindness.
Love.
Mike likes.
I don't know a lot, but I got one.
Mike's better at reading quoting that book than I am.
Try to be kind.
Yeah. So you just said something about ripple effects. I remember when I got here, the only thing about ripple I knew was wine and the Grateful Dead song. And now I realize that I have an infinite impact on those around me, kind of like a little ripple, a little wave going through if I do my part.
Everyone does.
Okay, mine's a more positive ripple on the world today than it was when I got here.
Yeah, but it took a long time and a lot of work.
Well, if you're as cantankerous as I was and Jeremy was, it takes a bit.
That's why when the young guy's making all these discoveries, it's fun to be around him because he's making those discoveries for himself. It's like, wow.
It's like a mirror.
Yeah. How long has this stuff been going on? Everything is suspect.
The other thing I just want to touch on that we were talking about is the kid situation. As a father myself, I'm about to be a granddad, and accepting children where they are and not interviewing with their spiritual path with a higher power is it's a tough one sometimes, and it's beautiful that God has everything planned out for us and we don't have to worry about those outcomes as we live in sobriety and practice this principles in all of our affairs, and I too have a daughter that lives with us and stepdaughter, and the relationship between my blood and my stepdaughter is beautiful. The relationship of my blood daughter has grown tremendously with understanding and not trying to point her in a direction, and it's a beautiful thing to have a stepdaughter that I'm doing things different, doing things a different way than I did before, and see those ripple effects. If she gets that be good, do good attitude from hearing it and seeing it in her life as an example every day.
And that's what we talk about here, folks, is a continuous miracle. If we put the effort in on a daily basis, this is the impact we can have on the people in our lives. And it's continuous because it's a day-at-a-time process. and we get to do good and be good every day when we get an opportunity and we're intentional about it. Speaking of that, Darren's telling me we need to take a little break here because that's what he does. So
Among other things.
Amongst other things, and we're going to do that in a minute. So come on back and join us after the break here. So grateful you're here with us today.
Well, I'm glad Dillinger had that conversation with you.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on the mic. He told me I got to get up on the mic.
I could tell him that all day, but I'm not a professional.
It's a little uncomfortable.
Classic variety.
I want to get to the Saturday Night Live part here.
I think you need to mention that it's been brought to him prior.
Sushi or ribs. Holly's Public
I'm
Grub.
not sure quite yet for the Friday night. And then finally it came back around. So it was like it was meant.
Become a
that's what he's
CNA.
supposed to be doing. It keeps
Medical
coming back to him.
Fast
John was trying to
two-week
get me in
training
on
courses
Friday.
Greenville, Alma, and Paris.
And then Saturday thing came back.
A few weeks later, Saturday rolled around, so it kept coming back. It was your thing to be
lets you easily
doing.
compare direct rates from
Nice.
different insurance companies. So you can be
Sometimes
confident you're getting the right one,
that's been
even if it's not with
told to
Progressive.
me that
Way
God
more
gives me
confident than you were
guidance
when
and
you
direction.
tried
I didn't
online
listen,
gaming.
so he turned the
Who
volume
knew
up.
12-year-old boys could be
That's how I got
so
my
mean?
accident. He was trying to tell me to do something, I wasn't
2 hours of
listening.
losing to these
Takes so
underage
many
trash
years,
talkers,
right?
and you're starting to question if
That
maybe
could have
you
been part of
should
it.
stay involved
But-
and other boomer stuff. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hope
lives here at Montcalm Alano Club with daily
And
AA
maybe you
and
control
NA
that
meetings,
out there about how it
Al-Anon
was
support,
presented.
and
You
weekday
said it well.
drop-in hours from
There you
11 to
go.
3. Visit today at 117 East Montcalm Street in Greenville
Talk to
or
Jared
call
about getting ready for harvest season.
616-232-2002.
Warm like
Montcalm
deer
Alano
season's
Club.
coming.
You are not
We
alone.
got a table full of tomatoes.
Weather Center update.
I missed a deer on that gravel spot this morning. It looked at me, it was looking the other way. I had to honk and say, "Hey fool, I'm here." And it went, oh, jumped over the fence the other way. Wouldn't even know I was coming.
I like them retards that still got the spots on them. They're easy to identify.
Mostly sunny on Tuesday, a high of 68.
That was a late sexual activity
I don't
thing
know what
with,
they're doing.
yeah.
It's evidence.
They were born late if they still got spots.
Yeah.
And a lot of them do.
Well, that's
30 seconds.
must have been a romantic time late into the winter.
They read this. They read this.
The homeless,
story.
unhoused,
Yep.
pregnant, and recently incarcerated to maintain recovery. Visit Cameron.org for more information.
This program is supported by the Health Resources and Services
15
Administration of the
seconds.
Department of Health and Human Services as part of an award totaling $1,200,000 with 0% financed with non-governmental.
Oh, they got a new meeting room at the MAC.
And do not
Yeah,
necessarily
we can
represent
get
the
it
done.
of, nor an endorsement by HRSA,
Stuff's in there.
or the U.S. government. For more information,
Looks good, dude.
HRSA.gov.
Tevin did that. He's a big guy.
That's tall guy.
Yeah, he used to be tall and fat.
Nice, tall and thin.
Sid did something like you did.
Yeah.
Intentional and deliberate.
Scott back here with you.
Get on it, Scott.
Continuous 106.3 WGLM. Oh yeah, thanks, Darren. If you'd like to give us a ring, talk to one of the guests or Mike or myself, feel free to give us a call at 616-754-1063. Also, I want to thank everyone again for thoughts and prayers for Mom. She is back homing and moving in the right direction. And she's so grateful to be back in her own home. Hospitals are, if you've been there, you realize wonderful people doing a lot of good work, but it's nice to visit rather than stay. So, and I thank all the folks at Cornwall for looking after my mom. Great job, folks. And then back to our conversation here, continuing conversation. Mike had a couple things on his mind he was curious about because we want to know what these young folks are doing with the sobriety today. Well, they've come into it. And I guess Jeremy's become pretty active in a couple different aspects.
Yeah, I got to tell you about Saturday Night Live, which is the meeting he chairs on Saturday nights at 7 o'clock at the MAC. Somebody said that you're supposed to put your faith into action. You're supposed to pay your gratitude forward and do something. And Jeremy is now chairing on Saturday nights and bringing some enthusiasm to the table. Well, I got to have Nikki. How'd that work out?
Well, the opportunity presented itself probably a little over a month ago now. For a Friday night, there was a Friday night opening to chair, and he pondered it a little and decided it wasn't quite time. You know, he just let someone else do it if someone else could step up to the plate. And a few weeks went by, and guess what? Saturday shows up. So another chair position that was open. So I think that all things are in God's hands, not yours. And it kept getting presented to him. So this time he stepped up and took the position. And so far, so good. He's got a couple meetings under his belt now, and it's going well.
So
Cool.
for the listening audience who may not understand, but to chair a meeting is a privilege.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It's a privilege
To be a service.
to be of service to your fellow folks in the recovery community. And that privilege was afforded to Jeremy quite early in his recovery. So I'm grateful for your service, young man.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was performing such a service, chairing a meeting, when Jeremy came in the door. And I explained to him that's what we're here for the newcomer. And he mentioned that to me, that he wanted to help the newcomer. And like Nikki said, opportunities presented itself.
Yeah. So what'd you do once you got there, young man? There's the question. There's the rub. Now what?
Well, I wasn't sure that I wanted to do it. It is a responsibility and an obligation to be there. But when I think to myself, I can't imagine that the first time I were to have come to that building, that door would have been locked. So I feel like it's my duty now to make sure that door stays open. That way the next new person that comes in doesn't walk up to a locked door, you know.
Right.
So hopefully I can be the positive and warm face that can greet the new person who needs help as well. So that's now my mission, is to hopefully be able to touch somebody the way I was greeted, and then can bring them to sobriety as well. So that's where I'm at with that right now.
That is beautiful.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Sounds like a pretty welcoming place.
Yeah,
This
for you
Mac
folks
you
that
speak
missed
of.
it, he got a little hug from Nikki after that.
No, it's nice. I mean, once you have something good, a new light in your life, I think the goal is to share that. You know,
Yes.
why would you not? You know, so that's what I'm doing, is try to shine some light on other people's lives. So that's where I'm at, and it feels good. I've never felt so sure about where I'm at in my life right now. So
What? Holy cow!
Continuous miracle continues.
yeah. So it's a big deal, and it's nice that there's no doubt. Yeah, there's no doubt.
That is amazing.
And that's why we bring to you folks out in the listening audience on Continuous Miracle. We love to bring young folks in here who have made that turn in their lives in less than a year. You know, from encountering a doorway to
holding the door open for
to
folks.
holding the door over people and maybe making coffee once in a while, huh?
Oh, I got right into that coffee
Yeah,
making,
and
and Nikki brings treats from time to time.
And offering a hand. And that's part of this continuous miracle that we like to try and illuminate for you out here, because it's going on right in your local communities. And we're blessed. Recovery community in this area and surrounding areas. Don't neglect all the people out there in the surrounding areas who can hear us this morning too. Because I've encountered a great many of you over the years. All this is happening in your own community. So if you encounter somebody with an addiction problem, make sure and try and direct them towards a group full of people who might be able to help them a little more than what you could.
Yeah, 10 years ago or so, I stumbled in upon a group that included a couple people named Sherry and another one named Keith that made a huge impact on my life. They were there when I first rolled in, and they helped me with some of those silly questions I had at first, so to speak. They made me feel okay about that stuff. I'm grateful for them. And Jeremy doing much the same thing for people today.
Absolutely.
It's the stuff that turned the corner on for me.
That's what keeps that chain moving forward too, one person to another.
And it's imperative that we do try to pass down the knowledge of the program. Like, that is a part of working the steps, is to be able to essentially help others. You know, that's what we're supposed to be doing. You know, it's not a gift you get and you hold on and keep all by yourself. You do get to keep it, but you are supposed to give it away also. So, and a part of my recovery is to do that, is to give the gift that was so freely given to me. So that's what we're doing.
I love that imperative word. That came out of our book, didn't it?
Probably.
Page 14 of Bill's story. It tells me it's imperative that I help others. And I'm grateful that you picked up on that so quick.
I love the ways that we can all get back to, chair's meeting is something that I do on occasion if the opportunity pops up. But I work on a pretty huge potato farm, and we're about to be crazy hours, so it's hard for me to devote a certain time to a certain meeting because of my work schedule. But after I got through working the 12 steps with Scott here, I was told go find yourself a pigeon and help somebody else get through these steps. And that's where I have found the most growth, not only in myself but others as well, to see the beauty of the program come out in their life.
Yeah, you were voluntold to get a pigeon.
Yeah, voluntold, yes, but like what Jeremy was saying, to work the steps with other guys and see the beauty come out of their life and find growth in myself, man. You can't help but feel good about helping somebody and getting in touch with their emotions. And it's okay to feel and cry as a man, because I think a lot in society we're taught the total opposite. We're supposed to shelter, and we're not supposed to show weakness and vulnerability. And that's really opened a big door for me, and as far as I'm concerned, to others that I work with, because I see it in my face where they're crying when they're, and it's okay. And that's part of the AA that really helped me get my foot in the door, to be acceptance that it's okay to cry and be sensitive, and that's just part of our human nature.
Absolutely.
Well, I think it's a great place because it's a judgment-free zone.
Yes,
a lot
absolutely.
of people have had similar experiences, have been in the same boat, they've been there, done that, and they can guide you from that. Because, like Jeremy had said, he had tried over and over to quit, and I could be there and support him as a spouse and be like, I've got your back, whatever you need, I'm good. But I have never been in that boat, so I, as much as I wanted to support and be there for him, I couldn't give him the proper guidance he needed. And that's where this program has come in and been phenomenal, because the right people are there to help. You just got to walk through the door.
Right. Come on in, sit down, have a cup of coffee. Oh yeah, we don't want anything from you.
And so the meetings too, it provides a place to plug in to connect with people with like issues. But with the wisdom you take from this place and the steps and the book and the knowledge, you can apply that in other portions of your life, every portion of your life. And your ability to touch people and help them you're not confined to these meetings and these places. You meet and see these people everywhere in your life. So, and again, you're not restricted to just, helping there. You can help everywhere.
Anywhere you go.
Absolutely.
Be useful and helpful and practice these principles in all your affairs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's carrying a message without having to tell anybody a word.
Absolutely.
And you can live pretty comfortable with yourself doing that.
I got a quick thing about the pigeon for those people that don't know. A pigeon isn't a target as much as it's someone that carries a message, like the carrier pigeon from the old days. So it's a pigeon is not a target, but an exceptional individual with the possibilities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's all kinds of different stuff going on in those recovery communities. They got different words for different stuff. You look, that's curious.
That's how we as people learn, is we teach, and then the knowledge is continued to be passed down. Whether it's a mathematical book or an AA program, our knowledge is meant to be passed down to the next person. Always. That is how humans as a race survive, period. So there's no reason why it would not be the same with us and passing down our knowledge to help other people who are suffering not suffer anymore. So
that knowledge, a lot of it is in that book.
Yep.
That AA book.
Yep. AA is also called the Big Book. pretty much anything you need in there is going to be in that book. It's the basis and the guideline for the beginning of a well-lived life and a well-rounded person. And
yeah, it's only up to, I don't know,
several million people.
7 million
Right.
people, yeah. You know, we're
Right.
not the only ones.
What I heard about that book was they said, Mike, if you got a problem, it's not in that book. It ain't a problem.
there you go.
That's kind of reassuring, isn't it?
Yeah. It seemed to have answers for the complexities of life that I have had to deal with since I got sober, and I'm grateful that there was a place to get it from.
Absolutely.
That's why I quote it from time to time. It's useful knowledge, very useful.
That helpful.
I was told the big book is the solution if I'm a true alcoholic.
Well, that's why we brought you on to
That's why
remind me of that.
Because I'm true alcoholic for sure.
It is wonderful that this knowledge can be passed from person to person freely, and you know, and you can do what you wish with the newfound knowledge. You know, there's no mandates. What did you say, Nikki? The judgment free.
Yeah,
Yes.
judgment-free zone, which
Yeah.
is, people need that in their lives because we're judged everywhere, no matter what we do, in your workplace, even in your home sometimes, in the grocery store, wherever. That's not, AA is not like that. You go there, it's judgment-free. It's amazing. You can be open.
I remember for me that those folks were judgment free about what I felt, but they weren't judgment free about some of my stupid actions.
That's curious.
Well, yeah.
The biggest thing that I think comes with the book is not just how to get sober and stay sober. It's how to be happy while you're doing it.
Whoa.
Because, you know, I think to some degree, almost anybody can quit. But when you quit, are you happy or are you just angry all the time? And at that point, people need more than that. You can't just be sober and angry.
No, you can.
You
seen
can.
it.
We've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
Not a very useful life, but
Not very happy, joyous, and free from my point of view.
It's possible. It's just not. It's not what you want, right?
Not
We all want to be happy, and that book can help you and teach you how to be happy while doing it. So, anyway, that's what I got.
Book says reasonably happy.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
thanks for bringing that to the table today, Jeremy
Yes,
and
sir.
Nikki.
Yes,
you're
thank you
welcome.
both for coming in.
Yeah.
Such a privilege to be here today.
And keep doing the things that you know are good for you and others, and that's pretty simple. That's what I found. Really, I got to do. That's all I got to do. Yeah,
That's all you got to do?
Well, try.
As long as you try, you cannot fail.
Thank you, sir.
I stole that quote from you if you can't remember.
No, well, keep it up.
Okay.
As long as you try, you cannot fail. How about that? Because you tried. That's why. You know, and then you can
And
get
it's
up and try
okay when you
again.
fall because you can get back up.
We're gonna try again.
Try again.
What a wonderful way to live. And then every once in a while we start stumbling around like old Mike here. Next thing you know, you're cutting the trail.
I more careen than stumble these days.
That's true. Everybody can do something.
I got my niche. I careen and I cook.
Mike, I'm curious, who we got on the show next week with us?
We got a lady from Redemption Farms. Her name is Susan.
Susan, that was it. Okay.
Yeah.
It was somewhere in my emails. I just forgot.
She
that.
might bring her husband with her. We're not sure yet, but she's coming aboard. Redemption Farms up in it's kind of oriented towards family recovery.
Kind of like Homestead, though. Don't they do that up around there?
Yeah, it's a lot like that.
Okay.
I think we're going to learn a lot more about that
Well,
stuff.
that's why I had a question about that. Tell me a little bit.
You got a lot of questions, boss.
I got a lot of questions about a lot of things. You know?
I'm glad.
I try and ask the right people, though.
You're going to have to leave me out of the loop.
Yeah, every once in a while you're useful, and every once in a while you got one in you. I don't know. I found a few nuggets along the way.
That's something our book teaches us, is to remain teachable.
Ooh.
The willingness to remain teachable.
Yep.
Sounds like a day at a time prospect.
Day at a time, moment at a time, second at a time.
You boys keep quoting out of that book for some reason.
Person at a time.
Happens when you read material.
Situation at a time.
A little bit of willingness will go a long way. So
Yes,
I don't even like reading, but I know it helps.
You did good with it.
Yes.
Keep practicing, because I know you're trying. So yeah, it's been great to have you folks in this. Thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning. Continuous Miracle. As you folks out there can hear, that's what these folks are living, a day at a time in their own lives. And in a very short period of time, it turned around for them miraculously. And if you're encountering somebody in addiction, send them down to one of these local meeting places and bring them in and see what happens when they get there. Hey, I'll look forward to being on the air with you folks again next Sunday. Come on back and join us on Continuous Miracle, 106.3 WGLF.
Thanks, Nikki. That was
course.
wonderful.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much.
Yeah, of course.
Jeremy, that was wonderful. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
way to rough you up too.
Oh, no. No, if I'm not getting emotional, I'm not doing it right.
Oh, you did that good. All that does is show authenticity on that.
Come here, bro.
Get out of here.
I know whose sponsor you was.
Oh, it's still him. Love you, Scott. Keep doing what you're doing.
Boss man?